Let's start with the facts that are not accepted to discuss gently. Brown eyes are the absolute leader, occupying 80% of the entire planet. It is a dominant force, and for good reason. Brown eyes work as an ideal filter. Their light absorption rate exceeds 90%. All the excess light that gets inside is instantly absorbed without creating any interference. In contrast, blue eyes are a technological failure in terms of protection. Their share in the world does not exceed 10%, and they are at constant risk. The light absorption in blue eyes barely reaches 25 to 30%. This means that a huge stream of excess light freely walks inside the eye, causing glare and constant irritation. Where a brown-eyed person won't even notice the brightness, the owner of blue eyes will be forced to squint and suffer. Blue eyes are 3 times more sensitive to light than brown eyes. It's not an advantage, it's a weakness that you have to hide behind dark glasses. At the same time, there are green eyes that try to sit on 2 chairs, but still lose in all key parameters. There are very few of them in the world, only 2% of the population. From the point of view of physics, this is an intermediate option. The light absorption in green eyes is about 50%. This is noticeably better than blue, but twice as bad as brown. Green-eyed people are eternal outsiders in the struggle for comfort in bright lighting. They don't have the armor of brown eyes, but they're also not as defenseless as blue ones. However, there is a problem here. With a sudden change in lighting, the green eye reacts more slowly, not having time to adapt to the flow of photons. The situation is worst for owners of gray eyes. This is the rarest and most vulnerable category, with less than 1% of them worldwide. If blue eyes somehow filter the light, then gray ones let it through almost completely. The light absorption here is at the error level. For a gray-eyed person, an ordinary sunny day turns into torture because his eyes do not have any natural protection mechanisms from excessive radiation. This is an absolute anti-record in terms of sensitivity. Let's compare these types in conditions of harsh contrast. Brown eyes are a heavy tank that doesn't notice obstacles. They don't care about the brightness of the sun or glare from the snow. They just absorb all the excess and give a clear picture. At the same time, blue eyes look like fragile glass against their background. The slightest deviation from the norm, and they begin to lose ground. In terms of prevalence, brown eyes win by a huge margin, leaving everyone else with the pitiful crumbs of the world's population. 80% against a total of 20% for everyone else. These are not just numbers, they are an indicator of which system has proved to be the most resilient. Green eyes with their 2% are a statistical anomaly that offers no real advantages other than rarity. In terms of functionality, they are a strong average man who loses to the leader on all fronts. But if we are talking about sensitivity, then here the hierarchy is reversed. Brown eyes are the most insensitive, which makes their owners as resilient as possible. Blue and green eyes follow, constantly fighting irritation. And gray eyes complete the list, demonstrating complete helplessness in the face of bright light. If a brown-eyed person absorbs 90% of the light, and a gray-eyed person barely 10%, the difference in perception of the world becomes enormous. It's like looking at the world through high-quality tinting or through a magnifying glass in direct sunlight. The percentage of light absorption is the main criterion for the survival of the eye as an organ, and here brown eyes leave no chance for competitors. At the same time, blue eyes, despite their popularity in culture, remain a biologically weak link. They require more care, more protection, and are more likely to fail in extreme light conditions. Green eyes look a little more stable against this background, but their scarcity among the population makes them almost invisible on a global scale. They lose to brown in defense and blue in recognition. This is a specific option for those who don't care about maximum protection. But the toughest reality awaits gray eyes. Being the owner of the rarest color means being the most vulnerable being in terms of vision. No protection, no filtering, just pure sensitivity, which is becoming a burden in the modern world with its neon lights and floodlights. As a result, we have a clear picture. Brown eyes are the standard of reliability, green eyes are a rare compromise, blue eyes are a popular vulnerability, and gray eyes are an extreme degree of insecurity. In this race of characteristics, there is only one winner in terms of performance, and these are not the eyes they write poetry about. The figures of light absorption and prevalence statistics speak for themselves. The lighter the eye, the less likely it is to have a comfortable existence without additional accessories. Brown eyes dominate because they are effective. All the others are just variations of varying degrees of weakness, which are forced to adapt to a world created for those who are not afraid of the light.